welcome back to our channel. I'm Amber.
And I'm Courtney.
And today we'll be guiding you through a gentle vinyasa flow.
This is great for anyone who wants to start their day off on a positive note.
Don't forget to like and subscribe
to join the yogi family. And remember to do what's best for you and your body because this is your practice.
Let's go grab a water bottle and a mat and get right to it.
Starting on your mat in Tadasana, mountain pose, your fingers are spread energetically towards the earth. Invite some neck rolls into your body here to wake up the neck and release tension. Making sure to go both ways. When that feels complete for you, inhale through the nose and let your arms rise up overhead for Urdhva Hastasana. Standing high on your tippy toes to wake up the calves and reaching up overhead towards the sky. Inhale here, and on the exhale, fold forward, release. Let it go. In this forward fold, planting the right hand on the mat in front of you, allowing a micro bend in the right knee. Inhale, lift that left arm up overhead, reaching towards the sky for a gentle twist in this forward fold.
For more stability, keep gaze down towards mat.
Exhale, release the hand back down to the mat, micro bending the left knee. Inhale the right arm up overhead.
Really feeling your heart open here towards the right side.
Exhaling that arm back down to the mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Use your paraspinal muscles here to hold the torso up. Exhale, release, forward fold. Once again, inhale, rise all the way up to standing, reaching arms up overhead. Palms come together, hands come to heart center. Inhale, arms reach back up overhead. And on the exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, vinyasa. Plant the hands on the mat. Step back to plank. Inhale, push the earth away. Exhale, shift your gaze and weight forward, lowering at most halfway, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, pulling the chest up and through the arms. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips push up and back into space. Inhale, lifting the right leg up for a three-legged dog. Bend the knee on the exhale and stack the hips, opening up to the side. Allowing a hip opener here, maybe inviting some knee circles, going one way and then the other. Inhale through the nose, and on the next exhale, wild thing, flip your dog, rolling onto the outer edge of the right foot, allowing the left foot to fall down to the mat behind you, reaching with the left arm out in front of you. Make sure the right shoulder is stacked over the right wrist. Gently coming back to your downward facing dog. Inhale, let your left leg rise this time. On the exhale, bend the knee, stack the hips. Once again, inviting some knee circles here, going both ways. You know what's next. Wild thing. On your next exhale, rolling onto the outer edge of the right foot, placing the left foot down behind you onto the mat, reaching with the right arm in front of you, stacking left shoulder over left wrist. Finding your balance before gently coming back to your down dog. Take your time transitioning here and be gentle. Once you've made it to your down dog, really lengthen the spine and push the earth away. Let your head hang heavy. On your next inhale, right leg lifts, three-legged dog. And on your exhale, glide that right foot to the front of your mat, lowering the back knee down for a low lunge. Root to rise, lifting your arms up overhead, keeping the back knee lowered and staying low in the front knee. Slowly releasing the hands back down to the mat, rooting to rise, tucking the back toes, lifting the back knee. Inhale here, and on the exhale, rise to crescent pose, staying high on the back toes.
Engage in your core to have more stability.
Inhale here through the nose, holding it for a moment before exhaling that back heel down to the mat, opening up for warrior two.
Front heel should be in line with arch of back foot.
Staying low in the front knee. Inhale, flip the front palm, reverse, peaceful warrior.
Allow yourself to strengthen your core so you don't dump so much weight into the back leg.
On your next exhale, coming back to warrior two before reaching forward, forward, forward with that right arm and letting the right hand meet the mat in front of your foot. Left arm extends up overhead, staying low in the right knee for extended side angle. Inhale through the nose. Stay here. And on the exhale, push yourself back up to warrior two, cartwheeling the hands down to the front foot, lowering the back knee, and sitting your hips back towards the heel for a half splits.
Really feeling your hamstring stretch right here. But don't worry, we believe in you. You got this. Only a couple more seconds to hold.
Rebending that front knee and stepping back to a downward facing dog. If you'd like to take a vinyasa, inhale plank, exhale lower, chaturanga, inhale upward facing dog, and once again exhaling downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts up, three-legged dog. And on your exhale, the left leg glides to the front of the mat for a low lunge, reaching the arms up overhead, feeling the stretch in your hip flexors. Slowly glide the hands back down to each side of the front foot, rooting through that front foot and tucking the back toes. Root to rise, crescent pose. Letting the back heel spin down to the mat for warrior two, finding length in the spine. Inhale, flip the front palm, reverse, peaceful warrior. Holding it here for one conscious breath. Before exhaling back to warrior two, reaching with the left arm forward, 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 before dropping the left palm to the mat, reaching up overhead with the right hand, extended side angle. Staying here for a moment, noticing your breath. On your next exhale, engage the core, coming back to warrior two, and slowly cartwheeling the hands down to each side of the front foot, lowering the back knee and sitting the hips back towards the heels for a half splits. Rebend in that front knee and gently step the leg back to meet the other into plank. In this plank, push the earth away, and on the exhale, lower at most halfway, inhaling to upward facing dog and exhaling to downward facing dog. In this down dog, bend the knees, gaze between the hands, and at the bottom of your exhale, jump, step, or hop to the front of your mat, meeting in a forward fold. From this forward fold, we'll head straight into Malasana. So heel-toeing the feet, a little wider than hips width distance apart. The toes are facing out, and we drop our hips down towards the mat, staying hovered off the mat here with our elbows lightly pressing into the inner knees.
Really relaxing the mind here and trying to focus on the pose right about now. Your inner thighs should be burning, but it's okay. Use that tapas, that fire in you, to keep engaging in this pose.
On your next inhale, engage the core and root to rise, slowly lifting all the way up to Tadasana, mountain pose. Fingers spread energetically down towards the earth. Inhale here, and on the exhale, face your body towards the side of the room, coming parallel to your mat. Heading to goddess pose with our feet wider than hips width distance apart, toes facing out, sinking the hips down here into a squat, and maybe sinking a little deeper here. When you're ready, exhale, let it all go. Wide leg, forward fold. Maybe grabbing opposite elbows and swaying the torso. Inhale through the nose. And slowly exhale out. Crawling your fingers over to the front of your mat. Stepping the left foot back to meet the right. Ending in a downward facing dog. Push the earth away here. Find length in the spine. And exhale your knees down to the mat to meet in a tabletop position. Inviting some cow and cat motions into our body. Inhale, cow, drop the belly. Exhale, cat, round the spine. On each inhale, cow, drop the belly, heart shines forward. Exhale, cat, round the spine, chin tucks into chest. Doing this for 3 more rounds of breath. And when this feels complete, coming back to a tabletop, inviting sunbird into our body. Shift your weight into your left knee while lifting the right leg out behind you. Left arm extends out in front of you. Inhale, engage the core, push the earth away. And if you'd like to add some crunches here, on the exhale, bring that left elbow to meet the right knee. Once again, inhaling sunbird, exhaling crunches, doing this at your own pace with your own breath. Making sure to switch to the other side when this side is complete. Shifting your weight into your right knee, lifting the left knee behind you, reaching with the right arm out in front of you. Inhale, sunbird, engage your core, push the earth away. Exhale, crunch, bringing the elbow towards the knee. Remember that nobody is perfectly symmetrical, so if you feel like one side is a little different than the other, that's totally normal. Once this side is complete, we'll head right into a child's pose. The knees are a little further than hips width distance apart. Toes pointed towards each other. Our hips sit back to our heels, reaching out with our arms in front of us. Letting your forehead meet the mat here. Maybe crawling the fingertips over to the right side of the mat, feeling a length here in the left side body. And crawling the fingertips over to the left side of the mat, feeling a side stretch here in the right side body. Crawling the hands back towards the middle of the mat if they aren't already there, taking as much time and space as you need, before gently pushing yourself back up into a tabletop position on all fours. Inhale, tuck the toes, and on your exhale, push your hips up and back for downward facing dog. Inhale, bend the knees, gaze between the hands, and at the bottom of your exhale, hop to the front of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, arms reach up overhead, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, sit down and back for chair pose. In chair pose, our core is engaged, our tailbone is tucked, and we're reaching up overhead with the arms. Notice if one knee is a little further out than the other, and if it is, shift your hips back a little. Staying low in your chair pose, sitting a little lower before releasing back into a forward fold. From this forward fold, we'll head straight into Bakasana. This is an experimental balance pose if you're a beginner, so just have fun with it. Heel toeing the feet about hips width distance apart, bending the elbows, creating a shelf on the triceps for your knees to fall onto, shifting your weight forward, lifting one foot off the mat and then the other, finding balance, engaging the core. If you'd like to see a side view, look up at the screen to see what this looks like from the side. If you want to just keep your knees on your elbows and build strength in your core, that's perfectly fine too. Remember, any amount of the pose is still the pose. Coming back to a regular forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up to standing. Arms reach up overhead. And on the exhale, fold forward, let it go. Inhale, halfway lift. Use your paraspinal muscles to hold the torso. Exhale, fold forward, vinyasa. Planting the hands, hopping or stepping back to plank. Lowering at most halfway. Moving to upward facing dog. And exhaling, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts, three-legged dog. Exhale, glide the right ankle to the left wrist, placing the shin down onto the mat for pigeon. Make sure your back leg is extended out behind you, either staying high on fingertips for a proud pigeon or lowering down to the forearms for a passive pigeon. Inhale through the nose, feeling the chest expand, and on the exhale, gently push yourself back up into a downward facing dog. Inhaling the left leg up, and exhale, glide the left ankle to the right wrist. Letting the shin lie down on the mat for a pigeon, and maybe folding over onto forearms for a passive pigeon. Inhaling here, feeling the chest and back expand. And on the exhale, gently and slowly pushing yourself back up to your proud pigeon before stepping it back into a downward facing dog. From this down dog, lower both knees down to the mat and cross the ankles, coming to a seated pose, facing whichever way is most comfortable for you. Inviting some side stretches here before our seated meditation. Planting the left hand down beside you, and inhale, lifting the right arm up overhead, reaching towards the left side of your space. Feeling the stretch in your right side body. Coming back to center, placing the right arm down beside you, reaching with the left arm towards the right side of your space. Feeling the side stretch in the left side body here. When that feels complete, placing the hands down onto the knees, preparing for your seated meditation. Inhale through the nose, feeling your chest expand. And on the exhale, release any resistance of the moment that you may have. Feeling grateful for yourself to bring this peace into your day today. Oftentimes, allowing ourselves to do the important task of absolutely nothing is something we don't often focus on. But right now, in this moment, there's nothing that you have to do. And this moment is absolutely perfect, just the way that it is. Noticing each breath pass through your body, becoming aware of how much your body loves you, as it always works to keep you alive and well, without you even thinking about it. Inhale through the nose, and on the exhale, feel that gratitude for yourself. Thanks for joining us today. We hope to see you guys again next time. Namaste.
If you enjoyed today's practice, join the family. Don't forget to like and subscribe.